Here's a quick video of the HC Kingswood project I've got for sale at the moment. The grill and everything's off in the front bar. Got that sitting under the house as well as the bonnet. The bonnet does have a hole because the air filter pokes through the top of it. So it's just a round hole, and I've also got a Hornet bonnet scoop over there that comes with the car if you want to throw that on. So I suppose to start off with, it'll come with a full rebuild manual for the 454. This is a full top end kit from Outlaw Speed Shop. So you've got new valves, lifters, springs, everything for all the heads, so you can do a full rebuild on the heads. Inside here we've got a full Howard's cam kit. So we've got the inside there, we've got the full cam here. So I've got all the duration information on that one there that I'll pass on. Inside here we've got all brand new hydraulic lifters, rods, springs, the whole lot. So that's a full top end rebuild. As for the car, we'll start off with whatever rust is there. That's a set of the monster headers, so they're hooker headers. So they're worth nearly $3 by themselves. So they're 2.5 inch running down to a 4-inch collector. A 3-inch collector. So we've got twin 3-inch exhaust, stainless steel running underneath the car right through to the back, dumping out behind each back wheel. So it's still legal, but yeah, looks and sounds pretty good. As far as the rust in the front end, we've got a little bit of a spot here that's been treated previously. That hasn't grown any in the last 12 months I've owned her. Little spot here. And then looking over on the inside, you can see there's a spot there as well. So you could probably cut that out and just plate it if you're worried about it. As far as the rest of it, there's no rust there. We've got the mod plate there for the motor and the gearbox. Swinging around, there's the firewall. The aircon's obviously been blocked off. Brand new transmission there with the billet dipstick and the 454 engine mounts. All the control arms, everything's had new rubbers and bushes put right through it. You can see there, it's all Nolithane. It's had a full kit. Brand new shockies as well. That's a stainless steel front brake lines. Going over this, we've got a brand new high CCA battery there as well. Okay, looking over the rest of the engine. It's got the original tags, so they haven't gone missing over the years, which is a good thing. You got your water temp, external water temp, and also an engine oil pressure gauge sitting there in pods. As far as rust up here, you can see we've got a little spot right here, just starting to come through. You can see it's probably got some filler there as well. So it's an old repair, and there's a little spot right there as well, which there's no filler behind that, so it looks like it's just coming through. As far as along the windscreen, we've got no rust along the windscreen there whatsoever. Down in here, it's all solid as well, so that's good. That hasn't been filled. The other side, the headlights and everything, they're all good. No cracks. No issues, got tinted indicators. There's a little bit of a dent just here, as you can see. Looking down the side of the car, she's extremely straight. So it's not going to take much to get this thing looking pretty again. Tyres are all brand spanking new, brand new tread. It's only been driven from the car trailer up and down my street a couple of times and then parked in here before stripping. Inside here all looks good. No rust issues through here, it's all solid steel. So that's good. We've got a little bit of rust down in this little quarter right there, but that's only just coming through. As you can hear, there's no filler there whatsoever. The sills are all sweet straight across. Like I said, no rust or holes in the floor pan. Up here, another trouble spot just in here. That's all good. That's just the factory white goo crap that runs along. That's all that is. So there's no real issue there. It's only a little bit of surface. Along the windscreen here, we're all good. There's a couple of really little spots just there. A couple of little spots just here as well, so that's definitely fine through here. That's all solid right across. We've got no rust along the top of the windscreen whatsoever, which is awesome. As far as the sunroof, the two-way sunroof, as you can see here, finally a two-way sunroof that's not covered in rust. Got a couple of little bubbles just starting here, so that won't take much to get under control. All the chrome's pretty good on this car as well, nice and straight. I think it's just a little clip over piece here that's missing. As far as this up in the gutters, you can see there's a bit of filler here. There's a little spot there, but the rest of the gutter's all good. Going straight across there. Around the windscreen, she's all sweet. You can see there's no rust. Nothing to worry about along there at all. The boot, the quarter panels, everything's extremely straight. All the panels line up quite nice actually. It won't take too much mucking around to get perfect. Worst of the rust would be, you can see there's a couple of little marks just on that quarter there. Now, right up underneath this back here, obviously in the well of the boot, there's a little bit of a rust spot where they've fixed up with bog in the past, right underneath. You can't see it, but I know it's there. As far as the rest of the guard, that's all sweet apart from this spot. This is probably the worst spot. You can see they've either had a ding here in this one little particular part, or they've had some decent rust there, and what they've done is they've just treated it and gone over with a heap of filler. You can actually feel it on the inside of the guard a little bit where it's come through. So that one there will probably need grinding out, and then I'd say probably best off to plate it if you can, but if not, then refill it and do it properly. But you can see that. And then down here is a little bit of rust here. So that's all solid through here as well, so there's no filler there, which is great. So it's only surface rust starting to come up there. The rims and the tyres actually sit really nice at the stance. They tuck just inside the lip, so nice and legal. Let's go to the other side. So it's obviously the interior. You got your gauges, your dash. Your dash is perfect. There's actually no cracks in that dash top at all. As you can see there, big autometer, shift gauge. You got the Pro shifter down here. That's a really good shifter actually. All the gauges and stuff, they all worked fine for me before I pulled it apart, obviously. And inside, the roof lining is brand new, as well as the visors. So it's all brand spanking new. So it's just a black vinyl. It's obviously missing the cap over the centre light. Original seats are cream vinyl for the front. The back's probably the same, but it's had seat covers on it. The carpet's in really good nick, no holes or anything like that in the floor. It's all black carpet, so that's been replaced not that long ago. Over here we've got the high torque starter, the alternator. It's got an ice dizzy control system. Custom billet bracketry there, fuel pump. Then we've got the AU thermo fans, twin thermo fans with a big 4-core radiator. Solid brass, none of that alloy crap. Once again down the side, perfectly straight again. A better shot of the inside. All the kick panels are all down the bottom there on all doors as well, all 4 doors. It's got an aftermarket under-dash aircon system that can probably be pulled out. Like I said, I've got all the door cards for this as well. On this side, probably the worst rust I'd say would be run along here, along the gutter. We've got a spot just here. It doesn't look like that there particularly is filler. It looks like it's just rust starting up. Then here it looks like it's got a little bit of filler. And then again, it doesn't sound that bad, so maybe it hasn't got very much at all. It's just cracking a little bit if they skimmed a coat over the top. All the chrome's good, but that little chrome clip there in between the two is missing. This side, we've got exactly the same as the other side. You can see just here, there's another little spot right there. So that's been filled, and you can feel it through the other side where it's come through a little bit. Oh, and all the guards have been rolled a bit as well. So they've obviously had fat tyres on here before. But yeah, so there's a little bit just here. Down here, nothing like the other side. There's only a little bit of surface rust here. Some stone chip or something. It's still sweet. No issues there whatsoever. You can see the big exhaust system under there. Stainless mufflers. It dumps down the back here. So she is a big system, as you can see by the size of my hands here. Sounds absolutely phenomenal. There's a bit of rust on this side, like the other side. That's right along the very bottom. You can see I've had a crack at repairing that at some point. But once again, the rest of the quarter and everything's all sweet, no rust whatsoever. Tail lights are all tinted, and obviously the bumper and everything, and that's all sweet. It's all perfectly straight, just a bit of surface rust on the bumper as shown in the photos. Obviously the boot's nice and straight as well. No issues. Looks like it's actually got a Premier boot on it as well, with that rise. And once again, no rust around that window. And we'll go over here. So we've got the sump, we've got the high performance heads here as well. So these are actually sourced out of the States, I believe, when the motor came over, because they're actually not the heads that belong on the motor, so they've actually gone with a high flow variant of the heads. Okay, so they're all perfect. You could probably bolt them straight up with that top end rebuild kit, replace all your lifters, springs and everything, and away you go. Over here we've got the thermofan transmission cooler setup, so that's a Davis Craig setup. It wasn't cheap, I think it was about $300 bucks. That was the highest flow unit I could get, largest one. You've obviously got your MSD ignition leads and everything with the ice dizzy. We've got the block here. So the block hasn't been that long painted, I wouldn't think. All the Welsh plugs look brand new. This thing has had a rebuild at some point, because looking down the bores, you can actually see if I can get in the light. There you go, you can see the cross hatching. So these are all standard bore, they've never been bored out, but they've obviously cross hatched it when they've fitted up new rings. So it's done bugger all on the road, for that to still be evident. There's no major scoring or anything in the cylinders. I'd say what they did is they just they didn't do the right running procedure, and that caused the cam to go and the lifter to bite in. So, bit of a pity. But yeah, so the block's perfect. It's got a light and flywheel. And I forgot to mention, I've got a double row timing chain for this as well, also brand new from Howard's. It'll come with this engine stand. It's the old cam and timing chain over there. We've got all the cylinders, all the pistons, sorry. And conrods there, all numbered as far as what cylinders they came out of, in case you want to reuse them. All your cylinder head bolts, all in order once again, everything's been documented as pulled apart. We've got the rocker covers. They're quite nice machine CNC units. We've got brand spanking new lifters and also push rods. I think they're a 1.5 lift on those there, or a 1.7, one of the two. Oh, 1.7 lift, sorry. Got a heap of gaskets, seals, exhaust gaskets, chrome bonnet latch, some door cards there. We've got brand new door cards there, ready to be retrimmed as well for front and rear. There's the Hornet scoop, it also comes with it. Over here we've got the water pump, timing chain cover, harmonic balancer, so it's obviously got all the upgraded billet chrome bits, dress up kit. We've got the Edelbrock Performer manifold there with the chrome thermostat housing. Got a large double pumper Holly carby sitting on top. It's quite a nice looking unit, that. It sits quite tall, so that air filter sticks out of the top of the bonnet, which is why it's got the scoop. And over here we've got another dash. I've got, I think, 3 different grills that come with it, and there's obviously the set of headers. As you can see, they go down to a 4-inch collector. And they're genuine Castlemaine. If I can just get that to focus. Oh, they're genuine Castlemaine anyway. Yeah, so that's about it. And obviously the rare Eagle alloys as well. So these are all actually a very limited number manufactured set of rims. Yep, so that's the big girl there. I've got the rearview mirror and everything else, all the other bits and pieces here as well. Alright, I'll see you later.